Army strong. See what it's like at GoArmy.com.
And that's what we talked about. They didn't want to bring out the first yellow, but
they wanted a yellow.
They wanted a yellow, so they get the car changed over into a race setup.
Okay, A.J. Allmendinger has obviously hit the wall. He's made his pit stall under caution, cut tire, coming around to complete lap number 20 under the caution. You saw the battle between Earnhardt and Menard for the lead. And right now we on our computer have the 88 scored as the race leader, and we'll confirm that with NASCAR. Watching for the 84.
Yeah, he definitely blew right front there. You can see that easy.
And that looks just exactly like the 2-car did in practice when the 2-car. You know, talking to some of these guys in the garage area, especially these guys that qualified good, they had about 2.5 degrees of static camber. And Larry can probably talk about this a little bit. 2.5 degrees of static, but in the middle of the corner, it would go all the way to 6 to almost 7 degrees of camber.
So that's why.
And that's why they're wearing so much on the inside. Even though we've only run 15 to 20 laps or whatever, it just wears the tire out.
But they normally blow going in. And I noticed these two crashes have been blowing. They blew off the corner.
When it's really loaded on it, they're on the smallest part of the tire.
This portion of TNT's Wide Open coverage brought to you by Sprint. Confirmation from NASCAR. When the yellow came out, the field was frozen. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the race leader. Then it's Paul Menard, David Reagan, Tony Stewart from 17th to 4th, Kyle Busch is 5th. Then it's Martin, Smith, Quapple in the 8th position, Blaney and Brian Vickers, the top 10. 42 cars are on the lead lap. Allmendinger about to fall off of it. John Wood is 8 laps down after pitting early in the race to change the setup on his car.
Something interesting that happened under that pit stop too was Kevin Harvick stayed out.
Right.
Tried to lead a lap, didn't beat the pace car back to the start-finish line on the first go-round. Tried to speed up on pit road. You could see him hustling it down pit road and tried to stay on, and still didn't lead a lap. So all he did was lose track position. All he did during that round of pit stops was go from up mid-pack to all the way at the back of the pack.
And you saw our pole sitter, Paul Menard, sitting on pit road. His car getting worked on.
But back to the Harvick thing for me, when you look at it, you see the quarter panel tore off. He must have had some bad damage. I didn't see this at all.
I didn't either.
But the Harvick thing is, he's looking for those 5 points.
Right.
And this early in the race, he can recover from being 37th and get back into the race. So you got to try to lead those laps under caution at this point in time.
Well, here's how it didn't work for him. Obviously, they were trying. He was 9th in points when he tried that move. And now he's 13th in points.
But that's how important these points are right now. And you think these guys aren't point racing? When you try to lead a race under caution for those 5 points, and you're those guys, it's important. Every point is important.
Coming around to complete lap 47.
Viva Viagra. Talk to your doctor about Viagra, America's most prescribed treatment for erectile dysfunction. Learn more at Viagra.com. Viva Viagra. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease in vision or hearing. Viva, Viva
Viagra! Caution is out. Greg Biffle has brought out the caution after contact on the racetrack, and his car has come to a stop on pit road, and he's going to have trouble getting that anywhere. This portion of TNT's Wide Open coverage of the Coke Zero 400 brought to you by Coke Zero. It's Juan Pablo Montoya and the 42.
He was just, I think Biffle was trying to use all the racetrack because he needed it, but Montoya was already there.
Yeah, Montoya had a good run coming up out of the corner, and just like we saw coming out of 2 earlier with the 12 car, these guys need the entire racetrack. So when they come off on the bottom, they let the car come all the way to the top, and you saw that Biffle just came up across the hood of the 42 car.
On board with Bobby Labonte.
Lap 70 at the line, yes, 7-0.
And he didn't, and Montoya,
watch yourself here, keep low, keep low, keep low.
Montoya didn't hook him by much. I mean, that was really, really close, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you think you got a run on a guy, you're going to take that run on the guy on the outside. Biffle was coming up, he was using that racetrack, and Montoya was there. Larry.
Hey, Kyle and Wally, what I was going to say to you guys, that area of the racetrack is a tough call on the spotter. The spotters are right above you guys in the booth, and when you look down toward turn 4, it's hard for that spotter to make that call because they're coming straight at him. The driver's pretty much on his own right there in that area.
That's very true, Larry. I mean, when you look down there, you're right. These cars are coming at you. You don't know if there's 3 inches or 3 feet, which is a big difference between the cars when you're trying to clear somebody.
TNT's wide open coverage of the Coke Zero 400 is powered by Coca-Cola. The caution is out at the Daytona International Speedway. Elliott Sadler coasting to the apron and to the grass.
Seems like we get right to this spot where these guys have run all these laps on these tires, and so you want to make it to this part, Kyle, without being the caution.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a right front's going to blow on somebody's car.
This is the longest we've run on tires. Watch his 77. He never turns a wheel.
Wow,
never turns the wheel and avoids the wreck. He just stayed the course, and I mean, that was good. But, I mean, Elliott had no warning of this. You see it just blow the right front fender off the car when the tire comes apart. That's a hard hit.
There's Elliott. To the infield care center for the mandatory checkup. Pit road is closed. Yaley last stopped on 111. He was not one that topped out.
He was not one.
But he's in about the right position when they're running 2 and 3 wide. You catch those cars running 2 wide in front of you, you save a ton of fuel because they're disrupting it a lot.
Oh, here we go.
Finally.
Yep,
38 must have got it.
Oh, Jeff Burton is around, second in the championship standings. Cars diving for pit row.
That's a great job by a lot of people right there.
Guys, I'm coming on your inside. You're clear to pit road.
Just want to work in here real quick. We were talking about J.J. Yaley.
No, it didn't hit anything.
He is relief driving for Tony Stewart in that Home Depot Toyota. All right, let's go back and look, see what we got. David Gilliland, the 38.
He just got loose on that bump and went to catch it, and unfortunately, actually, Newman got away with it.
Newman, that thing bounced off the wall, and then you saw the 5 car evidently got in the back. But you see, just like the 31 said, you heard Burton say, I really didn't hit anything, and he didn't. The thing slid just straight as a shot down that short chute. It dug the left front end, but you see this car bounce and then take off. Bounce sideways, boom, up the racetrack. Newman had no place to go. But look at the front of Newman's car. It's just perfect, man. It's like nothing happened to the front of his car.
He did hit it pretty good with the right rear.
Side.
Yeah.
But when the car bounced off the left of Newman's, see, he's turned. He got turned right there.
I believe Vickers got into him on that one.
Okay, well, you saw it just get turned because it's easy, boom. It moves to the left. And that's not you braking. That's somebody running in the back of you and turning you.
And that could have been a lot bigger.
Yeah, that was at the front of the field.
Yep.
Kyle said it. Everybody did a really good job avoiding that. A lot of cars went down the pit road.
It's Jeff Burton in the 31. See
that is Vickers. That's Vickers.
Yep.
And just barely turn. Just barely.
Pit road is open. The cars are there. Here's Ralph.
It's Coke. It's Coke Zero. Just get over it.
But it's hard, Jeff.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Seeing everybody kind of embrace this new sponsor makes us deeply sad.
It's...
If a Coke driver wins, everybody wins. Go to CokeZero.com to get your free Coke Zero.
Man, there is stuff happening all over the track. Are you trying to tell me something?
No. The 48 on this restart was the 3rd or 4th car in line.
Oh, we got trouble.
That's off of 4. Denny Hamlin.
Sorry.
Ryan Newman. Did he hit you?
No.
Kyle just about jumped out of his shoes.
I was pointing at something while he said, oh, there they go. And I'm like, oh, my God, what was that?
Go to the garage.
Poor Ryan. I mean, this is the 2nd accident he's been in and been pinned up against the wall.
So it's the 3rd time he's been involved in one, too. Won the Daytona 500, but not tonight. And there's Denny Hamlin. Winner last night. Probably not tonight.
See, Ryan's down all the way on the bottom. Ryan was he just got caught up in somebody else's mess. The 11 guy The 11 got turned. I couldn't tell who that was. And Ryan was in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's all that was.
And the first accident, Ryan's on the outside, gets pinned on the outside wall. This time he's on the bottom. And it's just one of those nights where you can't get a... That's the one car.
Yeah.
I think it's the one of
was Truex's car. Yeah.
Truex's car.
And,
it's
like just, you know, this is what time of race. Everybody's going to get more and more greedy.
That's right. And it's the same thing we saw in the first accident off 2 when they spun down the backstretch, when Ryan spun down the backstretch there. They just all come up off the corner, and they're trying to get out to the wall. As you see the 1 car, the 11 cars all the way out the wall. The 1's right there. Boom. He touches him, and as he comes straight back across and just clips the front of the 12 car.
Free pass goes to David Rudiman.
Rudiman's going to get back in the lead lap
4 in a row, and he will now be 1 lap down. That Corvette pace car dives the pit road, and here we go. 21 to go. That didn't take long.
Now, like I said, everybody's going to get a little bit more greedy now from this point on. One thing you don't want those leaders to get out single file and just drive away from everybody. You want to be in that pack at the front. If you're going to be able to win this thing, you've got to be in striking distance.
Oh, man. Paul Menard trying to push Casey Kane with Earnhardt Jr. right behind him. Kane couldn't hold it down.
Yep, Kane got a little bit loose there. Didn't lose anything, though. Oh, they're wrecking.
That 20 car was sideways coming out. I think the 20 car caused that. And I'm sorry, but I think the 20 car got sideways, and these guys were just trying to avoid him.
Oh, man.
Another wreck for Jeff Burton. Again, he's second in the championship standings. Casey Mears is in it in the 5 car.
Wow.
But we just see it all the time at this race. As soon as we get close to the end of the race, it's just like caution after caution after caution. And all it is because guys are trying to go. They're not sitting there riding around logging laps.
It's hard to tell whether the 20
watch
car
for the
got
6.
hit.
Yeah, watch for the 6.
Yeah, the 6 car got the 20 loose.
Yes, and JJ did a great job of hanging on. But those guys, this is a chain reaction accident right there. The 6 got into the 20, and everybody sees it, and they begin to check up. And we saw the 31 get run over a minute ago. He just got run over again right there.
You know, that's why, you know guys wanted to stop and get their stuff, make their stuff better, but you don't want to be at the back, like you were talking about.
JJ did a really nice job hanging on to that race car.
Yeah, he did.
Jeff Burton hasn't finished out of the top 15 all season.
God, he did not hit that car.
I don't know.
Every time I see it, it's like, I can't believe he didn't hit it.
Oh.
And the 5 just turned sideways. And I'm trying to see who got into the 31. That would have been the 2 car, Kurt Busch.
But they were checking up because I think the 83 got in the back of the 5 car almost.
Oh, jeez.
As you look at it.
I know, I'm telling you. He doesn't. Like, okay, he's going to hit him this time.
I think
that's right. On board with Jeff Burton.
What's the 83 in the... Oh, no. 5 car just got on the brakes. I think the 5 car... It's amazing. Every angle you see something different, man. Because it's like the 5 car, I thought he got hit, but he didn't really get hit. He just kind of checked up and it got out from under him.
Eighth caution. This is on board with Carl Edwards.
It should be good.
Still out there, the 07 outside, still free. Clear high. They're wrecking behind you. Just roll out of it. Yellow is out. That 5 lost it on the inside of you, caused the big wreck.
Yeah, it almost looked like, though, the 20 car was a little bit free before the 6 got into the back of him. Like the 6 just closed up on him really quick. So I'm not sure the 6 ran into him before or after he got a little free.
You see Burton on pit road. He has fallen to 3rd.
There's a lot of water down there
in the standings.
That would be coming from the engine.
Yeah, it drove that back. And when you drive that thing back to pit road and one tire's not spinning at all, you got some issues.
Yeah, don't forget about the guys that put on fresh tires there. 7 is one of them, Robbie Gordon. And these guys have 10 lap fresher tires than everybody else, and we got more guys.
Big spinning
her.
Caution is out.
Caution's out.
As I said,
It's coming off of turn 4 right there, through the tri-oval.
And that's the guy who had the oldest tires.
Yeah, right.
Remember?
And this is not what Robbie and those guys want to say.
You heard Frankie say, wrap it up.
We've seen this so many times tonight where you're coming from the bottom, you think you're clear, and you're not.
It's Joe Nemechek in the 78. Sorry, Wally.
And basically, you're just running over somebody's left front fender.
Yeah, and you think you got the guy cleared, and you need that extra 3 foot of racetrack. That's all you need is that, because you see him come straight off the bottom of the racetrack, right up, and get into Nemechek on the outside wall. But he needs that to make his car turn.
That camera's seen a lot of action tonight.
Go ahead.
No, let's just go back to the 500. I'm just going back. As you see the 20, I'm going back to the 500. The outside line was the line that moved on the last lap.
Yep.
And that's where your race went.
That's happened here the last 3 or 4 races.
If we go back to the July race here, when the 26 car won it last year, he was the outside line. So even though these guys have been hammering the inside, it's that outside push that you get sometimes here. And it was never that way until we started going to these cars.
Less than 4 to go.
And none of these guys really have their teammates lined up on them. When we taled about, the 9 car of Casey Kane with those tires, look where he's sitting right now. And I'm telling you what, there's Michael Waltrip sitting there in the middle of that pack too.
Hey guys,
here we go.
Turn to 48.
That's Jimmy Johnson. Ruderman got
this
one.
Is bad right here. They're going back up the racetrack.
Yaley is down there. Look out.
Nice job.
Nice job by JJ right there. Nice job by that whole group, right? Wow. Because the 48 just got turned straight back up. And this was in the worst place, because you see the cars go up the racetrack and then back down the racetrack. And the wrecks that we've seen happen so far today, it cleaned itself. They went to the inside.
Okay, this is from the chopper.
These guys are just
that's 4 wide.
Here's the 48.
And it's really started at the 8 car.
Oh, the 22 come out. He got bump drafted.
The 8 car and the 88 slowed down. I can't see who's behind the 88. It looked like Blaney just turned left to try to avoid what was happening in front of him, and he caught the 48.
It's Regan Smith in the 01.
You see the Army car up there, and they start wiggling back there, and Blaney just turns left because they start checking up. But man, there's middle of a pack right there. And then the 44 Ruderman gets turned. It just, then once it starts happening, you're just along for the ride practically.
Does Terry have an onboard?
I don't know, but he's probably questioning why he's in that car right now. That was really pretty amazing. Terry just held his line, and it's been amazing how these guys have just held their lines tonight. You see JJ out in the grass there, and the 15 car who's had a great qualifying run, and his night's just not been the greatest.
He was the Coors Light pole sitter, his first career pole.
Yeah, here we are.
It's just a lot of guys going for the same spot. Yeah.
And then the 48 gets hit in the rear and turned around, and you see, I think the 01 must have got into the 48 and then was trying to.
Trying to what?
I don't know, because he just, once he got into him, he was spinning almost the wrong way.
We're gonna obviously go to green-white checkers here for the finish. It's Yaley.
Stay low.
Yeah, he got hit by the 15, I believe.
Look how close this is. Oh.
And now this is on board with Kevin Harvick.
Inside.
This is where a lot of it started right here. You see him close in on the 28, and he just moved to get out of the way.
Yeah. Spin behind you. Spin behind you. Caution's out. Caution's out. Watch your back.
And here's the problem when you have wrecks like this, because you're trying to drive out the front.
Here, hang on one second. Here's Terry.
Yeah, a little bit of that, but not much.
You're trying to drive out the front, and you can hear the spotter saying, watch your back, watch your back. Look, my eyes are in the front of my head. I can only see one place. I can't see out the back. You can see him check up, and I think Terry just gets into the 22. 22 gets into the 28.
Yeah.
Boom. And then they just turn around.
Boy, Vickers made a nice move.
But I think when he's saying watch your back, you got to look in the mirror to make sure you don't slow down so much that you get run into by somebody.
Because the majority of the wrecks that we see like this, like the 20 car that JJ's driving right now, these guys are run out through the grass because they get hit in the rear. It's not because they're avoiding the guy in front of them. They're just getting knocked in the rear and knocked to the left.
This will be our 6th green-white checker finish of the season. Marty?
You don't really want to wait that last lap, last corner for the Hollywood ending because of the way the rules are
exactly
now.
Right.
You need to make your move. As soon as that green flag drops and you cross that line, you better be going for the lead because it could be over before you get to turn 1.
Yeah, this move right here absolutely eliminates that type of drama from the race.
Matt?
Dale Jr. says, I've got no help. The steering wheel's off, meaning the toe's been knocked out, and I've got wimping out issues, meaning Mark Martin. He says, Mark Martin's kind of wimping out on me. Let's work a deal. Tony Gibson and Tony Jr. are in the same stall area. A lot of hand signals, so see if those two cars can work together as we get ready for green.
5 miles, 2 laps to determine the winner of the Coke Zero 400. Green flags in the air.
Wow, that was a really, really slow start.
That could have been one of those starts that just turned people down.
Oh, Jeff Gordon gets turned.
Right there.
Like that.
Just like that, man. Just exactly like that.
Watching the flag stand, still under green.
No harm, no foul, because he's far enough out of the way. Unless he just sits there. If he sits there...
No, they're not. I don't think they're done yet.
If he sits there, they'll throw the caution because he's in a bad place.
Kyle Busch fighting for the lead with Carl Edwards.
He's going.
Gordon is back underway. A lap and a half to go.
Edwards is just looking for a way to get around. He's got it. Got the spot, and he's got help. Oh, no!
Oh.
Kenton!
What did Kenseth do?
Couldn't hold it down.
He couldn't get it turned down in time to follow Carl, or to get it to the right to follow Carl.
Kurt Busch in second spot.
Just like last year, but
Wow, they just covered up.
Last lap at Daytona.
Oh, we got it, guys.
That's it.
Oh, man. Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
can't
not.
believe he did not wreck.
keep rolling here.
Oh, there it is.
Now
Oh,
they're
my
wrecking.
goodness. That's incredible.
Now the caution flag is out.
I think we got it. That's ours.
There were 5 wrecks before the wreck.
My good, I could not believe those guys waited. I thought they wrecked coming out of 4.
I thought they wrecked on the restart. Again, the field is frozen when the caution comes out, and NASCAR will use the scoring loops and videotape to look at the final finishing order.
I think the 99, is it Kyle or is it 99? Who's your...
I was saying that. I mean, it looked like the 99. What it was, but who knows when they, when they threw it.
These guys really don't care. They're going to ride right there in that position all the way back around here. That's going to be a tough call right there. I don't know. They're going to have to check scoring loops. Anything that's coming up on a computer or anywhere else is not right now because they're going to scoring loops.
Checkered flag. Carl Edwards pulls ahead, but we will wait for the official word from NASCAR. A wild finish to the Coke Zero 400.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was incredible. Great. You got to give a heads up to, you got to give a tip of the hat to Matt Kenseth. And how about Kurt Busch? I mean, to get him to start in a car he's not even been in.
Okay, here come the replays. And we'll be watching with you.
Okay, you can see Carl Edwards has the advantage right here.
But right there, the 18 does. Where's the scoring loop when the caution comes out? The 18's in front right there.
Right.
So where's the loop?
It's still green.
Yeah, I understand it's still
guys,
green, but
it's not the scoring loop.
It's the video.
When it's for the finish of
It's
the
the
race,
videotape.
it's the video.
That's
You're
right.
seeing right there. If the caution's out, it doesn't
it's not
matter
out
about
yet.
the
It's not
scoring
out yet.
lap.
It's not out yet. There it is.
All right, the 18's in front.
There's it. There it is. Yeah.
The 18 would be the winner.
The winner of the Coke Zero 400 is Kyle Busch.
And I'm going to tell you something, man. The last 3 or 4 races down here, he's been so close.
Thanks for the birthday present there, buddy.
6th win of the season for the championship leader. His 10th career win in his 132nd race. And his first win at Daytona And of course, he won at Talladega back in April. Now let's go back and start sorting through this. There's Kyle with a victory lap.
You can see people. The accident that happened with the 24 car, and this is footage
afterwards.
Right. Yeah, this is the wreck. This is the wreck. You see them all bottle up right there.
Here's the 24.
Okay, here's the restart.
But the accident that happens here was because of the slow start. They were so bunched up. Jeff was trying to block and couldn't block. Right. He made his move way too late, and Carl was already there. Because Carl was not down on the line. So, I mean, there was plenty of room.
But that was a really, really slow restart. That always causes troubles on a racetrack like this.
Because of the accordion effect. Now, this wreck, these guys are already, but you see these guys running the wall. This is coming out of turn 4. Here's the start-finish line. They're 3 wide right here, 4 wide right here. You see these guys are sideways, but they're gathering it back up. They're gathering it back up. The wreck starts right here if you see Michael on the inside when the 77 comes across.
And the 77 got pushed over.
Yeah.
Yes.
He got
28.
Right. Because they were bunching up so bad. But you watch those guys, there must be 7 cars that run into each other from the start-finish line. And saved it
yeah.
until they get to the first corner.
Now watch the 6 car here. Look, and then him and Boyer get way out of shape, like Kyle said. And all these guys behind him are checking up. They got to slow down, and they're trying to avoid it. Then, all of a sudden, you'll see the 77, he gets run into by the 28 right there, which turns Michael. And that's what really caused, that's what finished off the wreck, I guess I should say.
And you see J.J. Yaley in that 20 car, relief driving for Tony Stewart, got caught up in it.
You're just not going to win in a situation like that. When you're in the middle of the pack like that, you're just, and I don't know how Reagan saved that thing either. I think Boyer had a lot to do with that.
Man. Now, once again, let's go back and look at the leaders, watching for the caution to come out.
Yeah, you'll see the lights. See the green lights up on the fence? Okay, that's where the lights are.
Right there where it says Daytona. Right, man, I don't know where the thing is. Right here where it says Daytona. Right there are the lights.
So so we're green. The wreck's happening, and this is you can see where Kyle starts pulling away, and he's clearly in the lead.
And then there's another set of lights.
Right there, yellow
here.
Yeah.
See it.
I can't do this. Right in that area.
You did it.
I'll tell you, there are a lot of cheers, though.
There are a lot more cheers every week. Yeah. If you guys are sitting at home, you can't hear it, but there's a lot more cheers every week.
Yeah, like I said a long time ago, this guy's going to win the crowd over eventually, because you can't keep driving like this and winning racing and kicking butt without fans starting to appreciate how much talent's standing right there.
That's right. Had a good run here last night, but didn't get the win. This is the one he really wanted. Kyle Busch is a winner at Daytona.